Hi, Redhead. Congratulations. Hi, Pa. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. Pandas, thank you. Thank you so much for continuing your gift sub from Busted. That is so sweet. And you did it for 3 months. Thank you so much. Thank you for converting your sub. You know, I didn't have my headphones on. Did that play any kind of an alert? It did, Farta. Farta! Awesome. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for deciding that you would like to be subscribed here. And thank you for doing it for 3 months. That's going to help us. Your points will count for the next 3 months. We should hopefully be able to lock in 60-40 starting in May. We need 100 plus points, which is paid recurring subscriber points. What's going on, Bag of Donuts? Hello, Mason. Welcome in. Hi, Momo Bunny. We have about 10 seconds left on this ad break, according to my chat. No, listen. No. Pandas, you are awesome. Full stop. Thank you for being here. And if people have the discretionary funds to support the channel and they want to do that, I am thrilled. But it's not a requirement in any way. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I have so much stuff to do. I have so much stuff to do. Wait, I'm sorry. I need to back it up. I have a lot of stuff I get to do. I get to do this. It's a privilege. I get to do it, but it's a lot. So I gotta, we gotta get it going. We gotta get it going. Redhead. Oh, Redhead. That's so sweet. Thank you for 11 months. Noise warning. I'm going to squeeze this rubber chicken 11 times to commemorate Redhead's 11-month resub. You're awesome. You've been here longer than that because I know you had another account you got locked out of. But thank you for your 11 months on this account, and you're awesome. And I am glad that I could do that for you. Hey, listen, that's what I'm here for. That's what we're here for. We want to help you. We want you to have happiness and joy. We don't just deliver joy to the Starlight Kids, okay? We deliver joy to each other. That's what we do here, all right? Thank you. Thank you for being part of what we do, Redhead. Are you ready? And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Thank you so much. Hi, Raven. Thank you. And thank you, Redhead, for being part of us probably being able to get a better percentage revenue split. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm, I don't want to be cocky about it. I don't want to assume it's going to happen. I'm always just so thrilled and shocked by how much support.
This is not a train, it's a land boat and it's on fire.
And that also goes for people cheering bits. Are you testing the TTS? Yeah, it's still not working. Robot Wizard, there is some problems with API right now. I don't know what's going on. Let me try turning stream elements off and back on again. And let me check too to make sure that TTS monster is properly connected. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you so much. Robot Wizard, Dawn, thank you. Thank you for your 100 bits, Robot Wizard, and your 200 bits, Dawn. And for starting a hype train along with Redhead's resub. And Panda, I think your converted sub counted toward that, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you very much. So if you guys convert your gifted to a paid, or prime to a paid, I think that it counts as a hype train event. Poor Robot Wizard. I know. Dashboard on Stream Elements. We're going to disconnect it. We're going to part the bot from the channel and rejoin. And then we're going to go to TTS Monster, which is what we use for that for bits. So you can use the AI. I'm already started. I don't got to get started. I just have to click the thing that says Twitch and probably give you more permissions than I should. We are reauthorizing TTS Monster through Stream Elements, and it says it has been connected. Let me hop back over to my feed, my activity feed on Stream Elements, and replay your message. You don't have to do it again, please, please. Nothing! You guys are at 68% of a level 1 hype train. Yeah, I'm considering just ditching that integration. I feel like it's been spotty the whole time.
Ooh.
Stream Elements is announcing the bits, but it's not doing the TTS. But I like the AI. What does Jang use? What do other people use for AI TTS? There's also, not Tangia though, because Tangia has too many other chaotic things in it. Isn't there another one besides TTS Monster and Tangia? I see. Yeah, just been having issues like the charity stuff with Stream Elements. And it's just frustrating when I have to be the one to go to their Discords and be like, hi, your stuff isn't working. Yeah, so I started out using Streamlabs or Robot Wizard, and it was fine. I think for people who are brand spanking new to all of this, like to all of content creation, Stream Elements can have some helpful stuff that sort of just like does things for you. But the software for downloading to desktop is very bloated, and they just had some kind of shady business practices that I found out about and was like, well, that's not cool. And so I quit using Streamlabs altogether and moved everything back over to Stream Elements because I had started out with Stream Elements, I believe. I also used Wisebot very, very like for like one or two things for a short while. And I've just seen so many problems with Nightbot where like Nightbot is just like, I always jokingly call Nightbot a brat. If anyone ever has Nightbot in their channel, I always at it and tell it it's a brat. You know, and I mean, I understand that some of this stuff is like because there's a lot of moving pieces and everything. You know, when stuff breaks, it's like, well, Twitch changes their API and like, you know, all that. But yeah, it just feels like, particularly for these big companies like Streamlabs and Stream Elements, you would think that they would be like leading the way and making sure their stuff works as much of the time as possible. And I just don't know if that's true. Jank's been having problems with Streamlabs disconnecting all the time now for the chatbot. Like, the other thing is, like, a lot of us really like having stuff in the cloud because that way if you decide you're going to stream from a different device, you're not having to, like, copy over and store everything, excuse me, everything on separate devices. So, yeah. Oh, and speaking of bots and messages, I need to fix this message. We are not, unfortunately, they moved the date. Very regrettable. They moved the date for the tournament, and I have another obligation. You know, people who only have TTS on Tangia and nothing else. Does it seem to work consistently, Ghost? What's going on, Tolkien? How are you? And hello, Wiffle. Welcome in. Hi, Reese Cup. Yeah, my concern is more like that it works consistently than anything else, frankly, because it's just frustrating when someone decides to do something fun and then it kind of ruins the moment when it doesn't happen automatically. Like, that's the whole idea. And you guys are super patient. I've never felt like anyone was like angry about it. That's not the point. Right. See? Streaming from the kitchen, if I try to do it on the laptop, is a nightmare because none of my stuff is on that computer. I have OBS on there. So actually, Miro's been helping me because there might be a way for me to basically stream to my computer through an app, like from the laptop. Stream from the laptop to the computer. Like I'm streaming to this PC, and then the PC is streaming to Twitch. A friend of yours has had issues with Tangia. The broadcaster would have to copy and paste the message for it to read instead of the original person. Then it would replay hours later properly. It like gets stuck in there somewhere, pandas. Yeah, like a proxy. Exactly. Yeah, I forget what it's called, but Miro is going to help me with that. He sent me some information about it. So we're going to try that out maybe. It's just such a pain when you have so much stuff set up, you know, like if you have stuff where there's files stored on your computer, it makes it really difficult. Here, let's tidy up a little bit, you guys. Let's tidy up. You know, I have the no vocals filter, but I like this song. I should look up who this artist is. ELFL, and it's called Never or Right Now. They have an album called Pink Vortex. Oh, there's a bunch of their songs on here. Can I just play songs by them? How do I do that? All tracks. Overview. Which album is this from? Somebody might be at the door. That's someone's at the door barking. And Reese Cup, I don't want to ignore the rest of your message. That's very sweet. It's very kind, and thank you. Thank you for that. You guys in here trying to brighten up each other's days makes me really happy. Give me 1 second to go see if there's a package outside. We haven't had too much trouble with packages necessarily on our porch being stolen, but we had to buy a locked mailbox. There is a lot of mail theft around here, so I'll be right back. Nothing. Don't know about proxy, but you've been able to get the settings, etc. for Mix It Up and OBS stored to Google Drive, and thus setting it up the same way, getting it set up the same way across multiple computers. But then, okay, so hear me out. Then every time you change something or add something, you have to do it twice. Right? Boo! What do you mean more like 1.5 times? What do you mean? Also, thank you guys for the hype train. Thank you very much for the hype train. I do appreciate you. I appreciate your support for the channel. Because then you have to re-export the file and then re-import on the other side. Right, but what if you didn't have to do that? Right. But what if you didn't? No, that is one way. That is one way. That is one way. And it doesn't, I'm sure it's not that difficult, but oh, I know. Hey, listen though. Yeah, yes. if you continue, I think it will only show like one message. Twitch should fix that because we should be able to see a message that shows that you not only converted to a paid, but that you decided to commit to 3 months. So I believe you and I trust you. Not the better one. I don't know if one is better than the other. I think it's awesome that you did that, and I just appreciate the heck out of you. And you do get a discount. I should highlight that fact. Should be a better salesperson. So, you're saving money. I am giving you information that helps you. But when you commit to subscribing to someone for multi-months in advance, like you say, I would like to subscribe for 3 months or 6 months, you get a discount. So, for example, if I go over to Twitch and I'll just pick someone I know yeah, that's always cool when the site isn't muted. I muted the site in a different tab. I swear I did today. I swear. So if I click on a stream that I know I'm not subscribed to, I can pop open the window, right? So I just grabbed someone. I'm not even going to say who it is. And then if I go into the subscribe menu, go to full checkout, right? You go to full checkout. You're going to have a drop down that says renew every, and it says how many months. If you renew every 1 month, if you just subscribe monthly, it's $4.99. If you renew every 3 months, you get 10% off. If you renew every 6 months, you get 15% off. So even if you're just doing, if you do 6 months of tier 1, you are almost getting a full month free. You're getting $4.49 off. So if you subscribe 6 months in advance, you are receiving a discount that's almost the equivalent of 1 month. See, they should make that 25%. Hear me out, Twitch. Here, I want to listen to some more of these songs. Let's just listen to this album. My algorithm has been feeding me a lot of 80s nostalgia. Even when you convert from like a 3 month to a 6 month at your resub time, it doesn't properly go, oh, hey, 6 months subscriber. Yeah. Multi-month alerts need some tweaking. Well, they did recently introduce Robot Wizard a Twitch alert for when someone that you can make a separate specific alert for when somebody converts from a gifted or prime to a paid sub. So if I go in here to edit alerts, under subscriptions, I believe. New variant. No. Delete. Yes, delete. Cheering reads, charity hype trains, channel points, goals. Oh, okay, yeah. So general settings. Converted. Subscription is tier, multi-month subscription. You can have a multi-month alert. Subscription is continued from. And you can have separate ones for Prime and Gifted. Save. This is from converted from Prime. So you have to set them up separately as converted from Prime or converted from Gifted. Oh. That could just be as the dogs outside. The neighbor dogs. I set them up. I don't know what the sound is, though. Send test alert. Is it going to be really loud? Volume says 50%. Let's make this a different sound. Oh. That is so loud. Why does it have to be so loud? The level up one is kind of appropriate, right? Okay. And then... Oh, yeah. Save changes. It does warn you if you try to leave without... Oops. No, I didn't mean to do that. That's what happens when somebody does Prime. It didn't play the animation. Hello? That's what happens. Ooh. Wait a second. Cool. It's nice that they have that. Honestly, like if you have a big problem with your if you have a big problem with your alerts somehow or other and things are not working, it's nice that they have this like option to just kind of go in there, turn everything on, and you'll at least have some alerts. You got the new Canada update when you resubbed. It told you about your price increase. So instead of the usual, you saved 10%. Oh, wow. That's kind of a big increase. I know they announced that, but I didn't realize it was quite that large. What's up, Narg? Jess Flyers in here. I'm not sure why that didn't work for you. It's probably GiftBot. Let's refresh our mix it up overlays just in case. Yeah, and I'm not sure. I hope that I was able to fix. I think it was the between argument that was causing problems in mix it up possibly. So I'm going to make them exact amounts, which is, it is what it is. I liked the idea of them being, this much to this much, that's this much to that much. But also, Wafrica is really long. This one is exactly $31 and is really fun, and I think it's actually the perfect length. I mean, it's clear that these are just gifts that I slapped together, but it's fine. Don't try this at home. Okay. Here. We gotta edit that. They did. You know what? I'm going to be nice. And because some of you are Christmas fans and what have you, I'm going to make Amish's Jingle Bat $12.25. Or should I keep it at $25.25? I'll keep it at $25.25. Because that's not that expensive. And it's kind of long. Ooh, ayo. Jingle Bat featuring at Amish _Ace. Oh, that needs to go here. Yeah, 666 is Rip Devil Bob Ross. $669 is Mochi Gate. Right. Okay. Beat the devil out of it. Rip Devil. Mochi Gate. It's on. I should probably have this in the panels. Jingle Brett. I'm changing it to that. Jingle Brett. I just love puzzles. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for visiting with us today. Guys, we rated I Just Love Puzzles, and I'm so transfixed. I had never seen somebody do a puzzle with the border pieces set to the side and work from like the middle out. And you were so focused, and it was so fun to hang out for a minute and jam to the awesome tunes and watch you work your magic. Please give I Just Love Puzzles a follow. Gma is awesome. I've lurked you in the past just to like hang out and have somebody to kind of keep me company. And I used to do puzzles a lot with my family, and I'm trying to get my kids back into it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. How are you? Oh, and a raid from Christina's Leather. Oh, of course. Are you kidding me? You're on the Together for Legendary Women shelf, and I already knew you and loved you. So I was like, yeah, I Just Love Puzzles is live. I get to read I Just Love Puzzles. And then now we're getting raided by Christina's Leather. Thank you so much, Christina, for bringing people over. Hello. Thank you for your first-time reader chat. Let's go. Thank you so much. Trust Life, welcome in. Hello, everybody. I'm 9.5. Thanks for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, everybody. If you've never been here before, and I'm Christina's Leather, am I following you? Let me follow you real quick. I actually cleaned out my following list because yes, I am following you. Good. I have hit the cap. Did you guys know there's a cap on how many accounts you can follow on Twitch? And I'm a little too enthusiastic. I love to click that heart button. And Twitch doesn't like it when you want to have more than 2,000 friends. It's probably to keep people from trying to just like run up fake follow numbers. And so I understand it, but it is frustrating because sometimes I have to go in and cull. There is a cap, Christina. And I've hit it many times. So it's something to be aware of. But, it's free and it does support people. So if you feel like dropping a follow after you watch this video, after you watch this video, if you don't feel like dropping a follow, I completely understand. We're real fond of our fart noises and our rubber chickens around here. Things do get kind of loud and crazy, even though I am a crocheter. But we're super happy to have you. So please enjoy this little montage courtesy of my friend Jonathan X. Ruth to kind of help you get familiar with what it's like around here.
I'm freaking out right now. I'm fangirling. You have no clothes on. No. Get supported, nerd. No flipping way. You didn't do it. Thank you for the dollar bills for the kiddos. Thank you so much, everybody.
We talked about this. I mean, you can cook steak in a dryer, but do you want to? And when the fat renders off of the steak, does it create a fire hazard? I'm sorry, I'm a mother. I can't help but think about these things immediately. So this is a game to you guys, huh?
What? You're doing so hard.
There's people out here with reputations at stake.
All right, there you have it. The amazing Christina Ray lurks again. Thank you, Chen. I love you, Chen. Christina, what were you doing on stream today? Were you leatherworking? I see that you do indeed do a bunch of, because sometimes, people have a name. I've seen people have crochet in their name and they're not doing a stitch of crochet on stream. And that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with that at all or anything. It's just like, oh, cool, a crochet streamer. And then you go there and their broadcast history is like all COD. You should do what makes you happy. You should do what makes you happy. But, it's like, well, I thought I was going to watch a fiber artist, but we just play video games. That's fine. A lot of people start out doing one thing and switch to another and they don't feel like changing their names. But what were you up to today? Tell us about your stream. And if you have anything special coming up or if you have any socials you would like to plug outside of Twitch, we love to offer people that opportunity because, most of us have like an Instagram or a Twitter, or maybe we're trying to get to YouTube partner. Maybe we're like less than 50 subscribers from the minimum number we need on YouTube. And we're working on the watch hours and we're getting there. Maybe we have dogs that are barking at something outside. Maybe, just maybe. So we're doing a lot of different things in here. We do actually play video games. I mostly crochet. I'm making some rewards and other fun goodies for our Starlight Children's charity campaign. It is in honor of Mario Day, which is coming up real quick here. And we are participating this Friday evening in a raid train event called 50K to Mario Day. The good news is the event has already raised over $16,000. We're well on our way. We're part of Team Stream Stars right down here. A large group of awesome streamers. Yes, that's our friend Brix O'Brien, who fundraises with us, and lots of other people who you might already know. Pick Stitch, Mirror Mask Arts, the Jang. Our team coordinators are DJ Gina and Black Apple Creative. There's a lot of us, and our team is showing up like big time already. We're at $11,891.45 according to that. I'm gonna have to take a page from the book of Jang probably and have a button that can refresh that source for me, because I don't think it does refresh automatically unless you tell it to. But let's refresh it real quick and see if it's changed at all, just cause. $11,891.45 and $16,825.43. Starlight is awesome. They bring video games, VR, art supplies, books, little red wagons, comfortable hospital gowns, all kinds of awesome stuff to hospitals that serve children. They deliver happiness to hospitalized children across the U.S., and they've been around since the early 80s, and I really love working with them. I am a Starlight ambassador. I really believe in their mission. My name is 9.5 because I'm missing half a finger. And even though it was a terrible accident when I was 4 and I had to go back to the hospital afterwards and have some treatment for a really serious bacterial infection, it's a part of who I am. And honestly, I don't know if I would change it if I could. I really don't. I think that it has made me, it's part of what makes me who I am. Just like rubber chickens.
Te tocaré la canción de mi gente. Va así.
They're showing off. Actually, Samo, you're new. You're new, Samo. You're going to fit in just fine here. Thanks for the biddies, Smorf. It's time to get up and dance, chat. If you would like to, get up and dance with me. I'm not a very good dancer, but I enjoy it.
Someone just subscribed to the YouTube
Hey,
channel.
thank you for subscribing to the YouTube. Let's go. All right.
You'll spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round.
Hello, Raiders. So speaking of Starlight and talking about what they do and what we're up to with our campaign, we have already reached $869.69. We had some very generous donations last night. Christina's Leather, whose emote is this? Diomedes Industries. That chicken is hilarious. Please, obviously, we always want you to take care of yourselves first. We want everybody to make sure they're taking care of themselves first. But your donations to Starlight do a lot of really amazing things. And I was talking about this last night. I really love their mission. I love what they do. And I would fundraise for them just on the basis of wanting to help other families like lessen the difficulty of having a hospital stay for their child, right? But on top of that, they are an incredible organization to work with. Absolutely. I've worked with a lot of great organizations through Tiltify for charity on Twitch. And I love what they do, and they're all great. But Starlight stands apart from the rest of them in that I have felt very, very much supported and taken care of by their staff. They are extremely enthusiastic and passionate individuals, and they're there to help anytime you need it. And they have treated me with a lot of care and respect and appreciation. And I admire what they do and that they choose to devote themselves professionally and personally because they're all very invested in what Starlight does. So I thank you guys for the support you've shown so far. It's amazing. If we can hit that 1,600 this campaign, we will be funding not just one, but 2 Nintendo handhelds. One for a hospital of our choosing and another one for a hospital that serves vulnerable patients. So, Christina, thank you for your raid. Have a great dinner. Please go take good care of yourself. People have to raid and run all the time, and I just appreciate you. I have to raid and run all the time. I just appreciate you choosing to share your community with me. Thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for introducing your community to ours. We really appreciate you. And you were just leatherworking. If you ever want to come back in and pop an Instagram or anything like that in the chat, you have my blessing. Just ask us for a link permit first. And we do have a redeem for reading parties where you get to choose my pair eyewear toppers. But if you need to get dinner started, I don't want to keep you. So let me take a look at something really quick. I can choose for you. Unless you'd like to. If you'd like to, I'd love to let you choose. It's up to you. If you don't have time, I totally understand. I'm not trying to keep you here. I have pop art. Your chat can also help me choose. Cats and Yarn, Purple Sparkle, Pumpkin Pin Dot, Skulls and Roses, Buffalo Plaid, Cheetah Spots, Arcade Maze, The Irises, Party Chicks, Coffee Beans, Batgirl, Rainbow Knit, and 8-Bit Hearts. Yeah, 2 handhelds. Hey, Tyler, enjoy your nap. Yeah, I was in the middle of editing that command. And then I got distracted by editing a different command. And I need to edit soon. Because we're not going to be doing that. The tournament moved to a date I cannot. Unfortunately. Let's see here. Trying to figure out this stuff with the special donos, and I think it's going to have to be an exact amount. And the only problem I have with this is it does take a second to fire sometimes. Mochi Gate, okay, $9.95. It's on $13.37. Bark rolled, $25.25. Jingle Brett. $31 because $3.10 because Mario Day. Mario Sacks. Okay, this one's already in here, so I just go cut and then paste. Okay, hopefully this is correct now. Yes. You think purple is the way to go? Let's go Batgirl. I haven't worn the Batgirl toppers in a while. These are pear eyewear, and they just come off and you put a new topper on, so you can change up your glasses, and only have to have one pair that has prescription lenses in it. And the base pair costs $60 when they're not on sale or without any discounts. I still don't know what's going on with my discount code. I emailed them and haven't heard anything back. I might need to email them again. I was supposed to have a discount code for you guys to save at least, I think it's like 10% on your first order if you're a new customer. And I do receive a commission if you use that link that's in the chat. It does benefit the channel. So thank you in advance for using things like, you know, affiliate, partner, codes, etc. I really try hard to only work with companies whose products I have used and I'm endorsing as a customer as well, not just asking you to purchase things without knowing whether or not it's a quality product. I worked in restaurants for many, many years, and in a lot of my restaurant jobs, they would ask me to try to sell things that I knew, for example, that I knew that the person didn't want or wasn't interested in, and we would be asked to tell them about it anyway. And it just felt really forced and fake and not like something I wanted to do. So, you know, especially if it was something I didn't personally like or think was very good. And then I graduated from places like that, like corporate chain restaurants where they just always want you to be trying to sell everybody everything. I graduated from those to the nicer places where the management and the ownership wanted us to read our tables, talk to them, find out what they want, and tailor their experience to them as much as we possibly could and find out what's going to work for them. And I would have people that would come in and they would be like, I can't believe you just sold me a bottle of wine that was cheaper than what I was asking you about. And I would be like, yeah, but aren't you happy with it? And they'd be like, yes. And I'd be like, right. And then that means you're going to want to come back. Like, you know, it's about building a happy and a mutually beneficial relationship. I want you guys to feel good about being in here. So if I recommend a product to you, it's not going to be just some random thing that somebody told me I could have a code for. hey, streamer, we think it would be great to work with you. Our brand would be perfect for your channel. Clearly having never watched my content. And mostly I ignore those emails. But every so often, I will write back to the person and say, while I appreciate the offer, I think that you should take more time to understand, this is like, I've even gotten messages where somebody has had a business proposal for me addressed to other streamers in the body of the email or the subject line because the person was so busy spamming out this stuff. And I realized that for some, I'm not blaming the individual, I'm blaming the industry. They're so busy spamming these emails out to streamers that they didn't even bother to check to make sure that the name in the subject line and in the body of the email corresponded with the person that they were sending a message to. And in that case, I have asked them not to ever contact me again. It's like, hey, I understand, like there's probably a quota for those people, they're just trying to do their job, etc., blah, blah, blah. But if that's how it is with that company, I'm not sure if I'm interested in working with them, So I did actually have a company approach me recently, and I was going to ask you guys what you thought. So another thing is, if you're not sure if an opportunity is right for you in your community, just ask them. Like, hey guys, I got offered a sponsorship for this game. What do you think? I got offered a sponsorship. This literally happened to me this morning. I got offered a sponsorship for a game called... At first, I wasn't going to look at it. I wasn't even going to look at it. And then I decided to look at it, and it's called... Because at first I read that... Listen, hear me out, okay? I read... Oh, no, Ghost. Also, yes, everybody show Karen some love, please. We love Karen. And best friend Danielle. Hi, best friend Danielle. And Traveling Tattered, thank you for the hydrate. And Chen is giving out hugs if anyone needs one. Sparky, how are you today? I don't want to ignore everybody who just came into chat. And RC, thank you all for being here. Thank you, everybody. So it's called Blood Servant. So at first I was like, this sounds kind of like a horror game. Yeah, ooh woo. Blood Servant, ooh woo. I was like, I don't know. Ghost. Right? Leans over. I was like, well, I don't know. And then something told me just to check it out. Not to follow their link, but to look it up. Okay. Actually they emailed me yesterday, but I didn't look at it. Didn't take the time to look at it until today. It says applications close on March 8th. The game is not currently available. This would be like a preview, like a beta test or whatever. So Blood Servants, right? I was like, And so I went and looked at it, right? And I was like, I mean, what could it hurt? Let me look it up. Let me look up the page for it. Sorry, sometimes I type so enthusiastically that it shakes my desk and then in turn my camera. So here, I'll show it to you guys. Let's show it to you. I want your input. I want to know if this is something that you would play. I want to find out, if this is like, because the thing is, it's not what I thought it was going to be. It is, it's a dungeon game. Planned release date to be announced. It says, wait, here, let's pull it up on the screen. And we've done dungeons in Stream Readers, and I enjoyed it. The Pepsi Crusader, how's it going? Oh, wait a second. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So here's the page for it on Steam. You awaken in prison, hungry, weak, and stripped of all your powers. You do not know what happened. You do not know why you are here. There is only one thing you do remember. You need to get stronger. Embark on an endless quest for power and blood servants as you hack, slash, and loot your way through 7 different dungeons as you build the perfect hero or even the perfect team to take on the apocalyptic future. A big world for a dungeon crawl. Explore 7 huge dungeons in colorful Coruscant, packed with gorgeous art, epic loot, and of course, baddies to beat up. No hero is an island. Bring up to 3 friends along for the adventure in 4-player online and couch co-op. Brawl with the best. Battle your way through massive hordes of enemies before facing off against intimidating bosses that test just how powerful you think you are. Like, the art is kind of cutesy. You know? It's not. It doesn't look like. I'm thinking like, I was thinking like horror or something like that. They're kind of cute. See, make pets out of the various beasts around Coruscant and team up as they go with you into battle. The endless quest for power. Upgrade your stats. Upgrade your gear. Upgrade your skills. Upgrade your town. What the heck? Upgrade your pet too. Run out of upgrades. Be reborn to reset your level while keeping your skills and go upgrade some more. The name is misdirecting. I'm like, what's going on? So here, let's we can watch this trailer if you guys want. Uh-oh. Yeah, except then it just does that. So here, we'll just watch it like this. Now, stop. Go all the way back to the beginning. Pause. Do not autoplay. Can you go back, please? And thank you. Or not. You know, go ahead. Make it hard for me to do this.
Your friends reconcile.
Yeah.
No,
Go all the way back. Oh, you just click on it. Okay.
Where crossbows make hamster farting noises. Where cheese is a viable hat. Anything is possible.
Why is this on the screen? What is this? Why does it say autoplay videos right here?
Friends, reconcile with your in-laws, and together.
What is
venture
happening?
Into an epic world of
How did I get
adventure
that there?
Across ice, deserts, and
Yes.
castle. Build, grind, and craft your way up.
There we go.
Featuring princesses, dragon-looking things.
Dude, it's funny.
Big pointy swords.
So I actually think this is a good. I
Shattering
wasn't gonna
spells,
click on it. I wasn't gonna
rocking
even
angel,
think about it.
Numbers, big numbers, and cute little centaur. No less
Guys, they
than the
wanna give me
universe
money
needs
to
your
play this
saving.
game with you.
So
Should we
get
do
your
it?
Fanciest pants on. It's time to serve guts. Glory. Blood servants.
Come forth, brave warrior.
Like, it's not taking itself seriously. It's pretty funny.
Once you start, there's no going back.
I was gonna put it to a vote, but you guys seem pretty enthusiastic. You know? You know, I mean, hey, look, like, I don't know this one shark. I don't know anything about them. They only have one result in here. It says to be announced. Publisher Neon Doctrine. To be fair, they had me. If they're talking about hamster farts, like, why wouldn't we try it? Honestly, I do not. Look at this. Is Goofy in a cult? What's happening here? Gorsh. You know, like, I mean, what could it hurt? It's just a game to try, right? But, you know, I care about not just taking any old opportunity that comes my way just for the cash. Like, that said, that's how a lot of people make their living. They try the game out, they give it an honest review. If they don't like it, they'll be honest about it. Or if there's things they think are, you know, should be better. And they say, hey, that's cool. Thanks for, you know, paying me to try out your game on stream. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not going to pick something that I know that like none of you would be interested in. You know what I mean? Or that I just feel like is not a good vibe for our community. So, I mean, it doesn't look to me like this would be a problem in terms of us being like mostly PG-13. Exploration, hack and slash dungeon crawler. So if you guys think that we should try it out, I'm happy to do that. You're innocent? Okay. But something told me to click on it. You know what I mean? I was like, well, this doesn't sound like the title of a game that I would play on stream, but for some reason, I should click on this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? I'll go look at it. What could it hurt? So yeah, I mean, I'll reach out to them. I'll email them back. I'll let them know we're interested if you guys think it looks like fun. I have no idea what they are looking for in terms of an obligation. No, not at all. It's not gory. I was worried about it being kind of graphic. I was like, if it's graphic, I'm not going to play it. Like if it's like hyper graphic violence or, you know, bloodshed, etc. Not that I have any problem again with people. Tell them you had me at hamster farts. Yes, Tolkien. Exactly. Super funny. I love that they have a sense of humor about it. That's important to me with a lot of things where like like I said, I'm hardly an expert in these kinds of games. So this is something where we could try out that style of game. The title, yeah, it just doesn't really jive with the game. And I feel like, you know, it might be hard for them to change the title at this point in the process, but focus more on the hamster farts.
Someone just subscribed to the YouTube channel.
Another YouTube channel subscriber. Let's go. Thank you so much. Yeah, go get some lunch, Ghost. Thank you for hanging out. And thank you again for your incredible generosity last night for Starlight. I really, really appreciate you. I hope you know that. Some people are just so incredibly generous, even when there's not like any like concrete way to troll the streamer. The troll was he did it while I was gone. Yeah, that could be, Karen. Yeah, that could be. Aw. Don't make me get all misty-eyed right now. We've had a lot of awesome things happen for our channel, for our community over the past 5 years. It has been such an absolute joy overall. Like, you know, there's always tough times. There's always things that are difficult. There's always challenges. But like I told you guys, I've never, ever, not ever in my whole life outside of doing theater, which I didn't necessarily get paid for. But I would do this if I had let's say we could take money out of the equation entirely. I would gladly do this. Like, meaning if I had everything else just covered, right? Because it's not about that for me. And I hope that that comes through to you guys because I care. And what you guys do when you support this channel is you make it so that I don't have to make the difficult choice to go do something else that I did it. I worked restaurants for many years and I made peace at one point with, well, this is what my professional life has turned out to be. And while it's not the path that I had envisioned for myself, it makes it so I can pay my bills and feed my family. And I do have fun with my guests. You know, I chose to be happy at work. Which wasn't an easy choice sometimes. Zam, our TTS is not working. Here. This web page requires data that you entered earlier in order to be properly displayed. You can send this data again, but by doing so, you will repeat any action this page previously performed. Was that good?
Zam. We talked about this.
Should we ask Zam if I should play that game? You can't believe you forgot to unsubscribe, so now you are stuck for 6 more months. Zammy. Thanks, Zam. I appreciate you. What are you up to? Are you working? I'm making a Wario hat. We're crocheting. We're crocheting a Wario hat. Yeah, Zam. So I had somebody email me and ask me if I wanted to play a game in exchange for US dollars. And at first I was like, I don't know. That title does not sound like something I should play with my community. And then I decided, I was like, I'm going to look at it. Here, let's watch the trailer again.
In a world where crossbows make hamster farting noises, where cheese is a viable hat, anything is possible. Gather your friends.
Right?
Reconcile with your
Is this an
in-laws.
inside job?
Together.
Reconcile with your
into an
in-laws.
Epic world of adventure across ice, deserts, and castle. Build, grind, and craft your way up. Featuring princesses, dragon-looking things, big pointy swords, earth-shattering spells, rocking angel, numbers, big numbers, and cute little centaur. No less than the universe needs your saving, so get your fanciest pants on. It's time to serve guts and glory.
Just saying.
Blood service.
I don't know why they called it that. They should have called it, I don't know, hamster fart throwdown or...
Brave warrior. You look just right.
You did, Reven?
Beware.
What did you find?
Once you start, there's no going back.
That's what she said. a game called Chicken Assassin? You're kidding me. Hamster fart in-law drama. Exactly. Exactly. Zam, you're very quiet. Is Zam sitting and shaking his head and going, 9? Chicken Assassin Reloaded? Oh my God. How dare they? How dare they? How dare they? How dare they not ask me to play that game? Chicken Assassin Reloaded. It's only $4.99. Buy the over-the-top action bundle. What is going on? Look at this chicken over here. Oh my God.
Chicken attack!
Yeah. Endless mode. Oh my God. Wow. A-I-E-I-O. Dude. How did I not know that this existed? How did I not know that this existed? Wow. Thank you so much, Raven. Wow. It's this the release date is before I even started streaming. The release date is June 28th, 2016. I'm getting that chicken game. Seriously. What's up, Mad Asian? Oh my gosh. Wow. That is hilarious. This feels like fate. That's crazy. Oh, I see. They have a bundle that's like got like 5 games in it. I don't need that. Buy the Chicken Assassin Reloaded Deluxe Edition. Don't know what would make that, you know. That is so funny. It's very funny that they happen to have how do you add something? Hold on. Oh, it's a soundtrack. It's just a soundtrack. The bundle just includes a soundtrack. Deluxe edition just has a soundtrack. Okay, I got to catch up on chat now. You show up to that. Yeah. Maybe that's why they picked me. Maybe. You can't say no now. They made Chicken Assassin. They're a good match for me. Okay, chat. Which one of you works at One Shark? I know I'm not the only game dev in here. Your coworkers asked you what you were watching yesterday, FF7 Rebirth. If they ask you what you're watching now, you're not sure what to tell them. It's a crocheting stream, making a Mario hat, watching a trailer for a chicken brawler game, as the Screamo version of Old McDonald plays in the background. Sparky rhymes with shark? Not quite. All right. Hi, Becca. What's going on? You know, Becca, you want to know something funny? Oh, also, we haven't done show and tell yet. Did anybody post in there? I haven't looked at it. We looked at your show and tell, and I was very deeply considering making those exact same Mario mushrooms for Starlight. And I was like, oh, that's the Wolf Dreamer pattern, I'm pretty sure. And then I was like, well, you know what? Next time. I'm just glad that we had... No, it's okay. I'm just glad that we, it's a great minds think alike moment. And Wolf Dreamer has some really great patterns. Have you seen the Toadette? That Wolf Dreamer, that Mario mushroom pattern, Becca, that was my very first amigurumi. And I actually gave a couple of them away to people when I hit 300 followers on Twitch way back when. Do you guys know Fanana Ban? That still comes in and is like my longest running subscriber. Has a first badge and is literally the longest running subscriber I have. Banana won a mushroom from me, and I sent the wrong one because I got the two winners mixed up. Hey, Ja, how's it going? Welcome in. Narc Shark. Some streams are better left undescribed. Just watch it. And I don't think she's still updating it, Becca. I know she does ask people not to sell items made from her patterns, I'm pretty sure. So I did them as a charity redeem. And then I also made her Eevee because she has a lot of Pokemon patterns too. I made her Eevee, and that was the main giveaway prize for our very first St. Jude Play Live campaign. And Small Bacon won it. You didn't steal a single thing from me. You didn't steal anything from me. You didn't steal anything from me, Becca. You're awesome. Thank you for supporting Starlight. Because you said, well, what could I make that would be an awesome way to thank somebody? You took inspiration, which is different. And I appreciate though that you're being transparent that you got the idea from me. But you know, I've had people steal ideas from me, Becca, and I know you're mostly kidding, but I've had people steal ideas, straight up steal ideas from me. And it doesn't feel good. But you know what? I actually mostly just feel bad for that person. Because apparently, you know, they're struggling to come up with stuff. And it's flattering in a way, but it's still wrong. Like, ask for help. Talk to somebody whose content you like and be like, hey, I'm struggling and I hope you don't mind me asking for, many of you have done this. I hope you don't mind me asking for help or feedback or, whatever. And it's unfortunate, but it happens. And you got to try not to let stuff like that get you down. But it doesn't feel good. Happiness delivered. Yes, Jaha, let's focus on the positive though. Because I don't like to focus on that stuff, you know? It is a thing and you should ask permission and you should give credit. And, you know, we all know this hopefully, but if you don't know that it's not okay to do that stuff, I'm telling you now, you know, because some of us work super hard on our stuff and we do it all ourselves. And yes, we also take inspiration from other people, but we adjust it and we make it our own. And it feels really yucky when someone just takes exactly your same idea. And it feels really yucky when it feels like they're waiting around for you to come up with ideas so they can just copy your ideas. Please don't do that. Don't use somebody else like that. It's not right. Anyway, moving right along. Ja, thank you for your $10, which is 10 hours of play on Starlight VR. 10 hours of Starlight VR. We appreciate the heck out of every single person that donates to Starlight here. And Ja, you are awesome. And I love your positive attitude. And I love that you thought that, you know, well, hey, I got $10. I'll sponsor 10 hours of VR for a Starlight kid. A big hunk of knobs, it has the juice. I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. Whoa! It's Ja.
I can
Tell you all about him. He does lots of things on stream, including sewing and all kinds of cool stuff. And then Raven Blackheart comes in with another 10 hours of VR for Starlight. Raven, thank you. We're at 889.69, and we are gonna give away Naughty Gnome's shawl on Friday. Okay, we already hit the milestone for Naughty Gnome's shawl. I didn't think we would get this far already.
Why the heck?
DJ
When the
Nine
heck? Where the heck?
Slice.
Who the heck? How the heck?
Yeah, exactly. How the heck did you guys get us to 889? Like, we're closing in on $1,000, and we haven't even had our official kickoff yet. So just understand how much that means to me. I can't. I am a talker. I'm a chatty Cathy. I never stop talking. Like ever. When I'm awake. And sometimes I even talk in my sleep. So there. And you know, like, I'm speechless that you guys have almost gotten us to $1,000. I so appreciate you. You know, I can't do an entire month for this campaign, and I really want to kick it up. Ooh, the Princess Peach costume, the cosplay shipped, so it should be here Keep all your digits crossed, everybody. I have all 19.5 of my digits crossed that the cosplay will make it here before Friday. Oh, hey, Patch! 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 Get nerfed, nerd! You're not late. There is no such thing. We appreciate you. It's okay if you're not here right at the beginning. If you are here at the beginning, fabulous. I love my early birds. That's wonderful, but not everybody can be, or, you know, whatever. You might have IRL stuff going on. Okay, I need to count my rounds. Okay, I need to do this one and then one more. Thank you for being here. It's just Red Heart. You had to make a Michaels run and you found something that you've been looking for locally for a while. Ooh, do tell. Seriously, thank you so much, Raven. Thank you, Ja. Thank you for your donations to Starlight. I really, really appreciate it. We do have some special alerts. You're okay. Now you're apologizing again. Patch, it's mostly just a joke. Patch, you don't have to apologize. You found a pegboard made for crafters. I have 2 pegboards that chat has bought me that I just need to like take apart my entire office and set them up. You know, no big deal really. Yeah, definitely, Sparky. It's a nice bright yellow. You thought you were going to have to go to like IKEA in Atlanta to get exactly what you wanted, and now you don't have to. That's awesome. Off to your next school. Becca, have a great rest of your day. I appreciate you. Yeah, we've got about an hour left on today's broadcast. Ooh, show and tell. Just getting set up here for show and tell. And we just have one thing from, well, 2 things from Tashwin. If anybody else wants to post in there, because we have a shorter stream today, I'd ask that you try and go ahead and do that in a timely fashion, because I love looking at your stuff and I never want to feel like I'm rushing through things, but we only have the 1 entry. This is adorable. And yeah, Becca, have a great day. Thank you so much, hon. I really appreciate you spending time with us always. Can we get a fancy shout out for Becca, please? How cute is this? Oh, this looks like it's a really quick make too. If Tashwin happens to be in here. Are you in here still, Tashwin? How you doing, Lennar? Oh, no. You can't even see most of my Doom piles. Plural. Okay. It's like, which Doom pile are we talking about? One of the 2 kitchen Doom piles? I actually cleaned out and reorganized the art cart in the kitchen. Ooh, you made shop logo stickers. These look good. Sounds good, Lennar. These look great. I like it. I like that it's got sparklies, but your design itself is simple for your logo. I love our logo. Sometimes, you know what I've been thinking about is maybe just having Sesky design something that is just kind of like a text thing as opposed to like a graphic. Like maybe with that same font that's used in the logo. They're so nice and easy to assemble. You never would have thought to get them because they're advertised as designer purse storage. This is advertised as designer purse storage. Where? Where'd you get them from?
Someone just subscribed to the
Hey,
YouTube channel.
another YouTube subscriber. Thank you so much. $466 subscribers, you guys. We're 34 subscribers away from the 500 we need for the first phase of monetization on YouTube. Let's go. It says 467. 1,113 public watch hours. Thank you guys so very much. We need 3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers so for people to be able to sign up as to join the channel as opposed to just subscribing, which is free on YouTube. Join is what costs money on YouTube. And then the next step after that is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. So one step at a time. But we're close to that first monetization step. So thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed to the YouTube. And if you want to put the playlists on, I'm uploading VODs there. I'm doing shorts fairly regularly. Thank you very much, everybody, for choosing to support me on multiple platforms. I really appreciate it. Super appreciate it. I do post clips as shorts there sometimes. Sometimes I make shorts on, or I make videos on TikTok and then I take them and pull them over to YouTube. Sometimes I do bespoke stuff on YouTube. I have done a little bit of tutorial content there. I would like to expand some of that. So please and thank you if you would subscribe to the YouTube. That's very, very helpful. Thank you. Thank you. Store your designer accessories or your yarn collection. Hey, whatever works, you know? Thank you guys for sharing in the Discord. Hey, thanks for the lurk, Lennar. Yeah, absolutely. But like, you know, again, I don't want anybody, you know, if you find that helpful while you're working or whatever, like, you know, thank you, those of you that do that. I very much appreciate it. Right, go right ahead, right in the chat. We have an ad break coming in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes of ads coming in 3 minutes. Thank you, those of you who are subscribed to the channel. You won't get ads. If you have Turbo, you won't get the ads, but you count as ad impression credit. If neither of those things applies to you, then you are supporting the channel by staying through ad breaks, and I very much appreciate it. You can always use it as an opportunity to get up and stretch, get a drink, do some self-care. Thank you, Karen. Thanks for the text reminder, because some people are have volume turned down or whatever. They might be reading chat. That's very helpful. I appreciate the heck out of you. You and all our other mods. Mirror, when's your next stream? It's just a 3-pack that just pops together and they stack. Yeah, they do display like toys. They show toys being like stored and displayed in them. What's helpful about this type of storage is it's clear so you can see what's inside of it. They have a 4-pack as well. So the 3-pack is $32.98, or right now it shows me a 6% coupon. The 4-pack also has a 6% coupon, but it's $46.99. So hold on a second here. $11 a piece for the 4-pack with the coupon applied. Whoops. $10.33 a piece for the 3-pack. The 3-pack is actually less expensive right now. So if you wanted more than 3 of them, you'd kind of be better off just getting 2 3-packs, which would be $66 approximately. Wait. Coupon clipped, save 6%. No, I don't want a credit card, Amazon. Yeah, $60.35 for 6 of them. Which is, yeah, $10.06 approximately per unit, or per container. But how big are they? That's another question. How big are they? We're gonna go back. $14.2 by 8.7 by 10.6. $14.2 by 8.7 by 10.6. Not pretty big. But again, like you said, that means they would be easy to move around. You needed something to fit a corner in your office space, right? Or sometimes, we just have like one small section of a closet to put things in, or, we're trying to store stuff like, alongside other items, but keep it, separate. So that's one way you can do that, is having, especially the clear containers, like, again, is helpful because then you can quickly look and see what all you have. They fit about, you want to say 20 to 25 skeins, yeah. Yeah, this is the last round before we do decrease. Yeah, I've thought about, like, it would be awesome to finish this room, because what that would do, first of all, because if this room had a small closet inside, it has a window. If it had a finished ceiling and a door, it would be considered an actual bedroom, a very small one, but a bedroom nonetheless. And it would increase our house from a 3-bedroom house to a 4-bedroom house. Which I would still use either this room or the room next door, which Ramona has right now, as an office, probably. Or we can move the boys down here and they'd each have their own separate rooms. And Ramona upstairs, if I ever did have a separate structure on our property or a separate studio space. And that would also, like, increase the value of our house if we ever decided we were selling it. Pre-built shelves, and you're renting, you're not allowed to remove or alter anything. That's one of the problems with renting, but I will say this, it wasn't fun writing out a check for I'm not going to tell you how much, but just a lot of money yesterday to have our ducts cleaned and have them take a look at our the dryer vent. Worth it because it needs to be done. Fart of options. Roo! Ooh, I never did edit that soon command. Gosh. Yep. Mix it up. Why do you do this sometimes? What's going on, Rue? I'm bummed out about the tournament, but I still want to play with you and Shania and Kim. And Kim was in here earlier. Did we give Kim a shout out? Kim for partnered. I love you, Kim. I'm bummed, but it's, it is what it is. Hello? There it is. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I just cannot do that date. Oh, there's like nothing after it, so here. What's up, Kay? How you doing? Addled is such a good word, by the way. I hope you're having a good day. It was fun to read into Velvet ASMR last night. I love her. I know ASMR is, a lot of people don't like it. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But Velvet is very funny about it and like creative and does a lot of cool stuff. So she was doing Cantonese 101 ASMR last night. We showed up and she was covered in toilet paper and soaking wet from her chat raining on her. Yeah, she's a hoot. And she was so sweet. What's up, Naughty Gnome? We're going to give away the shawl on Friday night. I need to make a post about it on socials. I'm going to require people to be there in the chat. Let's do it. What's your schedule like on Friday nights? Are you pretty like open to stay until close to the end? Because I'd like to do it at about maybe 11 p.m. my time. So like in the second half of our time slot. We will open entries at the beginning of stream on Friday. If for some reason any of this doesn't work for you, since it's your gorgeous item that you've offered up. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you real quick. It's so beautiful. I am very honored that you chose to share this amazing hand-knit item with us as a prize. Thank you so much. Look at it. I am Pacific, yes. Pacific Standard Time. It's so pretty. I love the colors. This would go beautifully with like, well, it would go beautifully with a lot of things, but I think that it would work well, probably work best if you ask me with like a white dress or a black dress. I suppose if you did a darker gray, that could work too. Or a lighter gray. I think, grayscale ranges of colors would work with this, because that pink is the pop of color. A neutral top with a pair of jeans, absolutely. You could dress up a casual outfit with this for sure. Or a nude dress, yeah. Honestly, you should, you know, wear what you want and style your clothes the way you want. But just for me, I would want this thing to be the star of the show. Oops, I'm forgetting to do my decreases. Did I do a decrease there? I don't think I did. Yeah, it's because the decrease was happening right where I was running out of yarn. Of course. How's it going with the crocheting, Jaw? Remind me again where you're willing to ship, Nomi. So this giveaway will be open to people 18 and over. While I won't require anything in terms of following me or Nomi, I think it would be the courteous thing to do to be following both of us. You finished the Rage hat. Let's go. Did you post a picture in Show and Tell yet? If you haven't yet, let me know and we can look at it. She's willing to ship to my house. Pandas, oh my God, Ian, you guys jinx. That's hilarious. Ship right to my, wow. Wow. If that's not a 9.5, yep. Yeah, we're going to need to screen cap that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you very much. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm making a tweet real quick because I saw a tweet from Starlight. Super excited for our stop on the Starlight US Read Train this Friday. The event has already raised over $16,000. Can we hit 50K before Mario Day? Wait, and our team at Stream Stars is almost to 12K. Can we hit 50K for before Mario Day? Donate here anytime. What's going on, Dan? Welcome in. Are we battling? Are we battling for the shawl? I'm ready. So this beautiful thing will be someone's after Friday, okay? Please make sure you come and hang out with us during our Friday night raid train to benefit Starlight, our official kickoff for Starlight. We're already almost to $1,000 raised for Starlight for this campaign. You guys are amazing. Through the rest of our official week of fundraising from now until the 15th, any level 5 hype trains, we will be contributing. Completed level 5 hype train will be a $10 contribution to our campaign. And I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Also, don't forget the Fanny Pog in the fourth wall. Any purchases of the Fanny Pog, I will always tally when I get my fourth wall payouts. We didn't have any this last payout. Any Fanny Pog purchases, because that was a redemption for Starlight. We will donate the proceeds. I take whatever profit was made from those sales and I donate them to Starlight. I keep forgetting I'm decreasing. Kind of like my own little bonfire setup for that item in fourth wall. And also reminder, because we're going to get going here in a minute. You have 5 days and change. You have 4 days, 8 hours. 4 days and 8 hours to order shirts from our bonfire campaign. If we make it to 20 shirts before the end of this campaign in 4 days and 8 hours. And it'll need to be more like 4 days, period, because I would want to make sure I have enough time. Let's say 4 days and 4 hours. So 4 hours before the campaign ends, which is going to be what? Like 4 p.m. on March 10th. 4 p.m. on March 10th. I will give away a hoodie from that campaign to one lucky winner. So you could buy a t-shirt and then enter to win a hoodie if you want to help us get to 20 sales. Working on a washcloth to donate to the fundraiser for the social recreation program where you're currently living. Hey, that's awesome, Dan. I know you're always looking for ways to like give back and to contribute, and that's really cool. You know, and there are people out there doing stuff like that, you know. It can be hard sometimes to feel like only the bad stuff is put in front of us, you know, and sometimes you have to go looking for it a little bit, but there's always people out there trying to do right by others, and you know, we're none of us perfect. But that doesn't mean we can't try to be better either. Hi, Wheat Claire Bear. How are you? I hope you're doing well. How's your Wednesday going? Rage hat in Discord when ready. Rage hat in Discord when ready. Where is it at? Oh my God, look at you. It's so cute. I'm glad you finished it. I'm sorry that it was rage inducing. Amazing. Let's go, Nomi. Finished object height. Awesome. It's cute. I'm sorry though. I'm sorry I gave you trouble. But you did it. You powered through. You do. You look adorable. This is it's very on brand. Awesome work. We finished this. We finished this last night. This one turned out pretty good. I was the purple yarn made me very mad. Speaking of rage, it was very splitty. It was very splitty. But we did finish this last night, and then now I'm working on a Wario hat. I have a Mario hat. I would like to make this Mario hat again because this yarn is too thin. No, it's an upside down L because it's Waluigi. Waluigi and Wario. It's an upside down L. I tried anyways. If I had it to do over again, I would probably do what, you know, I can hear Chimera telling me to do, which is needle felt. This part of it. Dueling Needles! Did you get a shirt, Dueling Needles? Did you get a shirt? Dueling Needles, thank you. Can we get some exclamation point FTKs in the chat for Dueling Needles for buying a shirt, I believe. Thank you, friend. So awesome. Thank you, Dueling Needles. Thank you very much for your support of Starlight Children's Foundation. Thank you for deciding to get a t-shirt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That brings us to 7. We need 13 more sales and I will give away a hoodie. Awesome. Thank you kindly, dear friend. I really hecking appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for making my day even better. Let's, I love the multi-purpose, but we need to adjust something real quick here with this command. Robot Wizard! Robot Wizard! I'm trying to figure this out. Did you get a shirt? Or a hoodie? I can't figure out what's going on here. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. We're at 9,000. It's over 9,000. Team total at 12,000. Did you just make... Hold on. Studio mode. Tiltify. Sources. Refresh. Exactly $12,000. Let's go, Robot Wizard. Let's go. That is so amazing. Thank you, Robot Wizard. Thank you for helping the team. gets you $12,000 exactly for Starlight. We haven't even hit Mario Day yet, and our team has $12,000 raised out of the $17,000 raised for the entire event. I'm so proud of our team. Thank you for doing that here, Robot Wizard. I really appreciate you. You're very kind and generous in a lot of channels. And just an awesome person to have around, right? That's what we really care about. But thank you for going above and beyond and helping out the kiddos. It really means a lot to me. Super appreciate it. Big time. Thank you. Do we figure out how to do this button? Let's see. Source visibility. Media source control? No. Source visibility. Tiltify. Is this what's gonna do it? Yep. You just have to press the button to hide and show it real quickly. That's what Jang does, huh? It's unfortunate that this does not update itself. The dynamic text widget that we're using to display team and event totals. The overlay for an individual campaign updates automatically when someone makes a contribution. But those other widgets that I have on this overlay, the team stream stars raised and the event raised, they do not automatically update themselves. So if anybody ever wants me to update that, I can just by pressing that button real quickly. So anytime that someone thinks that we may need to check out a event or a team total, I'm happy to do it. It's nice, though, that it's part of that overlay now, because before I was having to, like, can you auto refresh them in OBS, like, after 1 minute? There's probably a way to set that up, but I'm not familiar with it. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. Seriously, though, I'm very proud of our team, and I'm thrilled to be part of what Starlight does in some small capacity, and you guys have helped us fund many things for Starlight in the past. If we make it to that 1,600, that's actually going to fund 2 Nintendo Switch handhelds, one for the hospital of our choice. And I've been just telling them any Portland area hospital is great because I don't live terribly far from there. It's my hometown. I've been seen at some Portland area hospitals. My kids have been seen at them. I know for a fact we've had gaming placed at Randall Children's Hospital, which is part of Legacy Emmanuel in Portland. And there's also a bunch of other hospitals there. There's Dornbecker Children's Hospital. There's a children's oncology unit at Providence. There's a bunch of them. But, and I don't really mind which specific hospital it's placed at. But when we placed gaming at Randall, I think it was Tara who told me they had not received gaming from Starlight since 2018, and they were thrilled because it is in such high demand in their pediatric hospital. So thank you so much for helping me help. And it really fills my heart with so much joy, One day I would like to maybe see if we can go and have a visit. Because our name is on there. I put Coop Troop on the thing to be engraved on it. So thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Robot Wizard, no way! $1,000 Robot Wizard. You just really got to do it, don't you? Robot Wizard, you Robot Wizard. I just, I understand it. You like the nice round even numbers. Thank you, Robot Wizard. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was close enough, Robot Wizard. That was close enough. It was close enough. You get here. First of all, this one cracks me up.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse sloping sleigh. Joker's on the go, laughing all the way.
This is for the first one.
Bells on penguins ring. Make Riddler want to fight. Two-Face wants to flip a coin.
It's Christmas somewhere.
And sing this song tonight.
Wait, is that how it
Jingle
works?
bells, Batman smells. Robin laid an egg. Batmobiles lost a wheel, and Joker got away.
And then this, because we're not even to Mario Day, but you're already celebrating. Thank you, Robot Wizard. Show me all the Mario emotes. Anybody got Mario emotes? Be careful if you're breakdancing. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm really, really, honestly, just so overwhelmed by how much you guys have supported this campaign already. We're only $600 away from funding 2 handhelds. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. I am beyond grateful. I really am. I feel very fortunate to be able to do this for a living and to be able to help people in this way, and for you guys to be so enthusiastic about it. It blows my mind. I'm not just saying that. Thank you so much. When I first started doing this, I never could have imagined that I would find a group of people who were so willing to come along on like pretty much every adventure with me. So thank you for that. It really means a lot to me. Getting misty. Not gonna do it. Yeah, Miro made you type that. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Emote spam. We need to get in here and do FTK. We need to give FTK a little brush up. Oh, maybe it's not in there. FTK. It is in there. All right, for the kids. We need to use some of our Starlight emotes for this. So let's do... And we have static for the kids, but we also have an animated version. Oh, that went into another. Okay, so we need to go to the very end and we need to delete the last 3 emotes. There we go. Right on. So we adjusted that one so that when you guys type FTK, it'll spam those emotes. Please, let's make sure we do that every time somebody does a donation. Let's celebrate their generosity and our team and all the achievements, because it's not possible without every single one of you. So if you can't donate, you can hype people up. If you can't donate, you can amplify the campaign. If you can't donate, you can be here in the chat. All of those things are absolutely 100% supporting the charity. Please don't ever feel badly if you can't donate. But thank you to those of you who are able and willing. Thank you so much. We need a raid target. I got to get out of here. I'm running behind. So I'm going to quickly look at Twitch and see if we have a teammate maybe from StreamStars who might be live. Thank you so much. $1,000. I'm on cloud 9.5. If we can't find somebody from StreamStars, I have another alternative. So please hold your raid suggestions. I do understand it's tempting. And I'm going to try to find somebody who hopefully is currently fundraising.
Señorita, te toca la canción.
What do you like about
La canción de mi gente. Va así.
All right, let's go see Navnia, you guys. Let's go see Navnia. Thank you for the emote, spam. Thank you for the chaos, the momentary chaos. Ooh, I love that. I love that emote. Whose is that? Janelle. That's very cute. I love that animated emote. That's awesome. All right. Navnia has a gold bar for Starlight. Navnia is at $10 out of 100. This is a teammate. This is a mature audience's channel, but they are fundraising for Starlight. Please come with me on the raid. There's cat cams. There's stream readers. If you guys like playing stream readers, you could play some stream readers with our friend Nabnia. Doing charity for Mario Day. Playing some Plate Up. Please come with us on the raid. It is super helpful. Please come with us to raid our Stream Stars friend. I will have some special raid calls for Starlight raid train stuff. At least by Friday. Maybe I'll have it set up for tomorrow. I just really appreciate other people who choose to spend their time and use their talents and skills and devote their platform to Starlight. So let's go support our friend who's also doing charity for our team. I love you guys. Thank you for everything you do for me. I really appreciate all of it. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the resubs, all the new followers today. And please do something nice for yourselves, all of you. And that goes quintuple for mods. We love you. It goes times 69.5 for mods. I love you guys. You're amazing. Big round of applause always for our moderators. Thank you. Thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, and then we do our big retrain on Friday night. I'm not sure if I'll be live on Friday morning. I'm going to try to maybe be reasonable and get some stuff done during the day on Friday. Or it'll maybe be a little bit shorter stream. I appreciate you all. See you over there. Bye.